Yo mensen van Squirtlegames, mijn naam is Ceyhun en vandaag gaan wij Hogwarts Legacy aflevering 8 opnemen. Vorige keer was de aflevering op zaterdag, vorige keer hadden wij video op zaterdag. En toen was het dat wij bij de tuin waren geëindigd, hadden een start van gemaakt. Maar we moeten weer naar deze mevrouw. Dus kijk even wat we moeten vertellen.
Professor. Firstly, well done with your mandrake. They can be rather difficult to get a grasp of.
Oh. I enjoy it. Oké, ja. Ja. Dus, I enjoy it.
Actually, I enjoyed it. I couldn't help but catch your enthusiasm.
How kind of you. It seems you're already taking to herbology like a mandrake to fresh soil. Now, as I mentioned, next we'll be planting dittany. Let us find you some seeds.
I already have some, Professor. Picked them up in Hogsmeade.
You visited the magic neep. Wonderful. A prepared student is bound to bloom. I've arranged for you to have your own potting table here in the classroom. Wasn't easy to spare one on such late notice. Plant the seeds there now, and you can return to harvest them later. Even with soil, sunlight, and a bit of magic, they will take time to grow.
Oké, wat? Je moet bloemen laten groeien? Ja, je moet bloemen laten groeien. Even kijken. Ja. Potting table. Oké, hij duurt 10 minuten. Nice. Gaan we echt 10 minuten wachten? Kan je dit skippen? Wacht.
Well done!
Oh.
Once it can be harvested, your dittany will be ready to use in Wiggenweld Potion. I'll let Professor Sharp tell you about that. Now, what say we branch out? Introduce you to a different
Waarom heeft deze vrouw zoveel Pipi Langkous eigenlijk?
Chinese chomping cabbage. You'll find that some plants are better suited to uses outside of a cauldron. The cabbages do get testy without something to chew.
Deze vrouw lijkt echt Pipi Langkous.
I have a dummy
Of ligt het aan mij?
Dear, and let them have a good chomping.
Yes, Professor.
They're in the other greenhouse. It's just at the end of the footbridge leading out of this room. Your classmate, Mr. Pruitt, has kindly offered to accompany you. Come back and see me when you're finished. Oh, and mind your fingers. They do bite.
Oké, wat? Planten kunnen bijten, oké. We moeten naar een ander...
Saw you on your way to Hogsmeade the other day. Nice to meet you. I'm Leander. I'll be... Nice work in defense against the dark arts.
Je moet hier langs.
Excuse me.
Your duel with Sebastian. And he's good. Thinks he's really good. But you outright... Here we are. Home of the Chinese... Go on.
Hier moet zijn.
Grab a few of those cabbages.
Oh,
Just
pas op.
mind your fingers. I almost lost a thumb once. Now, see that dummy? Just toss the cabbages at it. And they'll do the rest.
Wat moeten we doen?
Look at that.
Wow, wat? De plant kan gewoon aanvallen.
Mouths on. Mum planted some in her garden last year to keep the gnomes out.
Oh, je moet gewoon tappen.
But they left her honking daffodils in tatters. Vicious
what?
little bastards, aren't they? My kind of plants. Not like stupid booba tubers and bouncing bulbs. The kind of plants that just have your back in a fight. Not saying you can't go it alone, but... Well, imagine that wasn't a dummy.
Yeah.
I suppose they could prove useful outside of the greenhouse. Nothing wrong with a bit of backup, even if it is from a cabbage.
It's chaos out there. Trolls in Hogsmeade and such. You can't be above throwing a cruciferous vegetable if necessary. Dogweed and deathcap has more of them, if you're keen. Other plants too. Ones your parents wouldn't plant in the garden. You get the idea. Anyway, we probably ought to head back to class.
Oké, we moeten terug naar de klas.
Take your time. I'll see you back in class.
Rennen. En daar is Pipi Langkous weer. Hoppa.
I tended to the Chinese chomping cabbages, Professor.
Remarkable plants, aren't they? I hope they weren't too much trouble. Oh, don't see any bite marks or missing digits. And good, as you do seem to be quite green-fingered. Oh, I'm eager to see your skill in the soil continue to blossom.
Ja.
Magical plants have so much to offer. I'm eager to learn more.
I'm glad. Herbology is a bounteous subject. Tend to your garden, and it will tend to you. Huh. Well, I suppose that's everything. Do come by for a chat sometime. I so enjoy checking in with my new students.
Oké, heel veel gesprek. Maar ik heb het klaar. Herbologie class. En dan 6. Hey. Oké, we gaan naar de volgende quest. Yes, stop. Oké, we zijn er.
Good to see you, my friend.
Hello, Natty. How are you? I hope you've recovered from our rather eventful trip to Hogsmeade.
I am well, but I have been worried about you, my friend. With Ranrock and Rookwood and Harlow after you?
I'm all right at the moment.
We did not speak about it at the time, but I am hoping now you might tell me why they were looking for you.
They want something that Professor Fig and I found at Gringotts.
When were you at Gringotts?
Just before we came to Hogwarts. In fact, it's why I was late to the sorting ceremony. A portkey brought us there after the dragon attacked our carriage.
What on earth?
There's one more thing. It's a bit odd, if I'm honest. Professor Fig says I have a rare connection to a powerful form of ancient magic.
Is that the magic you used fighting the trolls in Hogsmeade?
I think so. I'm still learning, but I can see traces of it, and I've cast magic I can't otherwise explain. I know that's a lot to absorb.
It is. And I will have more questions. For now, it is safe to say that Rookwood and Harlow are a threat to both of us, to all of us, which is why I wanted to speak to you. I realized something that day in Hogsmeade. You displayed such courage fighting that troll, and Serona wasn't intimidated one bit by Rookwood and Harlow. Both of you have inspired me to take a stand of my own.
What sort of stand?
Men like Rookwood and Harlow are the reason my mother and I left Matabeleland. I am not going to sit by and watch them destroy my new home.
Ja, daar ben ik wel blij mee.
Rookwood and Harlow are a dangerous pair. And the fact that they're working with Ranrock, well...
All the more reason they must be stopped. Rumor has it that Theophilus Harlow runs Rookwood's day-to-day operations. Taking him down would cripple Rookwood's entire enterprise.
That may be true, but shouldn't Officer Singer handle someone like Harlow?
I spoke with her. She was polite, but perhaps understandably would not discuss details with a student. I overheard some of Rookwood's lot talking about a massive poaching operation that Harlow is planning. I was thinking that we could investigate a bit, try to get the evidence that Officer Singer needs.
All right, but how?
I am going to watch and listen, find out precisely what Harlow is up to. I shall reach out when I know more. In the meantime, remember, I am here if you need me.
Thank you, Natty.
Oké. Het is een hele ander dorp. We moesten echt 600 meter lopen of zo. Maar dat hebben jullie allemaal niet meegekregen, want dat haal ik eruit uit.
How dare you threaten me?
What's going on here?
They must have come this way. Think!
Yeah.
I've no idea who it is you think I might have seen. I've been busy with my research. I do not have time to...
Victor Rookwood don't give a doxy's nip back your time. Oi! Speak of the devil. Mr. Rookwood would like a word with you.
A student? You can't be...
Enough out of you.
Leave her alone.
Stupefy!
Wow, wat? Die vrouw.
You shouldn't be here. I refuse to be treated in this manner!
Incendio!
Boom.
I'll watch the light go out of your eyes. Nice flash!
I'm not going anywhere.
You refuse to take this student over my dead
Incendio!
Come on, you're afraid to fight back.
Ga maar zwemmen. Hoppa. Hoppa.
What on earth just happened? I've never been accosted in such a manner, and so close to Hogwarts.
Nou.
Are you all right?
I am, thanks in no small part to your
Oh.
excellent defensive skills. Care to tell me why 2 Ashwinders were ready to dispatch me to get to you?
Ashwinders.
Victor Rookwood's thieves and extortionists, his little cronies. They seemed quite keen on you.
It's a long story, but thank you for your help.
Well, you've avoided them for the moment. Priya warned me things were getting dangerous. Best get moving on my research before they return.
You're a researcher?
Nora Treadwell at your service, historian and archaeologist specializing in Merlin's work and life.
Oh, wat? Nou, we gaan gewoon dit.
Merlin? Of the legend of King Arthur?
The very same. Merlin attended Hogwarts, you know, and I'm studying some curious fixtures he left here centuries ago.
Fixtures?
These vine-covered pillars, dozens of them, all around the area. I've taken to calling them the Trials of Merlin. I believe he created them as a diversion for his fellow Slytherins. He was terribly fond of puzzles and enigmas.
I can see why you're so interested in Merlin. I'd be keen to know more about the trials.
Well then, I'll let you in on a little secret. No one has yet managed to figure out how they work. But I believe I have just unlocked a crucial clue. I suspect that Mallowsweet is an important component in getting the trials to work.
Mallowsweet?
Versatile herb. Merlin repeatedly mentioned it in his writings. I had just arrived to test my theory when I was so rudely interrupted. You see, each swirl in Merlin's writing has a symbol in the center. That started me thinking, what if...
The Mallowsweet is meant to be placed at the center of the symbols.
Precisely. Would you care to do the honors? We can see what comes of our little hypothesis.
Moet ik dat
I
doen?
brought a trunk chock full of Mallowsweet with me. It's just over there by my tent.
This trunk?
Yes, take plenty, even if you already have some.
I have the Mallowsweet.
My word! Did you see that? The vines disappeared.
What should I do now?
This is uncharted territory. I am curious about these pyres.
Ah,
You
ik weet
got
het
the
al.
Mallowsweet to
Incendio!
work. Now, what to do about these pyres? Merlin's beard!
The flames make the pyre sink.
Ja, stop. Lukt.
Merlin's beard! How beautiful! What a day. I can hardly believe it.
En nu?
I take it we can call that a success?
We can indeed. However, I now have even more questions. How does it work? I must review my notes. I may have missed something.
Are all of the trials like this one?
Oh, not precisely. Well, I think each has those telltale vines and the swirl on the ground. You should feel free to solve them as you come across them. I believe I have what I need to continue my research. My guess is that each will also require Mallowsweet, which you can find in Hogsmeade should you need more. I really must be off. Such a pleasure to meet you. And do be careful out here. Now, I've got what I needed. I shall return to the safety of my notes and books.
Oké. Trails of Merlin gedaan. Nu gaan we naar de volgende taak.
Maybe Aura's or someone from the ministry guarding the school after the incident in Hogsmeade.
Professor
Yes, dames en heren, daar zijn we dan. Iets. Wachten. Oh, wacht, het moest dag zijn. Oeps. Oké.
Who
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school. As 5th years, you will be required to reach new heights of both discipline and intellect. You will begin this term by brewing a Wiggenweld potion. Mr. Takar, can you tell us why this particular potion might come in handy?
Yes, Professor Sharp. The Wiggenweld potion can be used to sterilize and even heal a variety of injuries.
It can heal some injuries, but not all. Points for Ravenclaw. Before today's class is completed, each of you will have brewed a Wiggenweld potion of your own. You never know when you might need it. Please begin.
Oké, we gaan een potion maken.
Use a strong, even motion when crushing your ingredients. Please be meticulous when adding powder to your potions. One errant sneeze could be disastrous.
Ja. We maken een potion. Ik vind het wel vet hoe je potion maakt. Oké. We willen dat het goed is.
I see most of you have not forgotten how to stir. Not an easy potion to brew. Well done. And from what I hear of your recent exploits in Hogsmeade, you'd also do well to practice brewing the defensive Edurus potion. Professor Weasley had you acquire the recipe from J. Pippins, correct?
Yes, sir.
Good. For the moment, you can find the ingredients you need in my office. But in the future, you'll be expected to provide your own ingredients. Some can be harvested from the plants you grow in your herbology class, and rarer ones can be purchased. Others, however, may be harder to obtain, and will require you to be a bit more resourceful. Come and see me when you've finished brewing, and we'll see if it was skill or luck the first time around.
Oké. Yes, dames en heren, ik ga het hierbij eindigen. We hebben een beetje van deze potion meegekregen. En we hebben een paar andere dingen gedaan. Maar ik vind het wel genoeg voor deze video. Vond je nou een leuke video? Doe een blauw omhoog. Hier rechts kan we weer op mijn kanaal. Moest ik graag de vorige video zien. En dan de volgende keer gaan we verder met de potion. Dus er is één ding en dat is... Doei!